Hey, what's going on, Gemini? Gemini, thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate all of your time and your energy and just, you guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much. If you're here for the first time, welcome. So, Gemini, this is your special timeless love loss reading or message. This Who Hurt Me series is where we'll explore the energies between you and another during painful experiences within a particular relationship that you may have already experienced or that for some of you may be in now. For some of you also, these experiences may be to come or, as well, okay? So just saying. But either way, we'll also be taking a look at how healing has begun to take place and maybe how it's concluded, all right? So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is your timeless love loss message, okay? The messages won't resonate for everyone, and that's totally okay. Just again, check out your Moon, Rising, and Venus or your cross-watcher sign and see what it says there. Or, maybe just give it some time. And sometimes, again, these messages are very timeless, so, it may resonate to you at another time. Let's take a look and see what the central energies look like between the relationship between you and this particular person. And this person is whomever that you feel sits in your heart, whoever, whatever pain or energy that you resonate to the most, whoever you have in mind as you come to this video. Okay. Okay, so we have flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Okay, Gemini, so what I'm feeling here is I'm feeling a couple of different things. All right, thank you. Okay, so Spirit, excuse me, Gemini, what I'm feeling for some of you is where, you guys are still floating around within each other. You're still floating around within each other's atmospheres or environments for whatever reason. But it may be where you guys are just, kind of, keeping things very, very casual, even though the relationship may have been very, very deep at one time. It may have gotten to a very, very deep place, and for whatever reason, it's no longer, you guys are no longer together. Or maybe if you still are together, this is where you're kind of maybe taking a step back and just kind of trying to find the fire in the relationship again by just really not trying to be deep and keep everything just really lighthearted between one another. Okay. Now, for others of you, this is where, a lot of the energies in this relationship would lead me to believe that that the person that you were involved with or that you are involved with was was pretty much a social butterfly. They they did a lot of flirting with the opposite sex or with the same sex or with people in general, right? They were just, they were very talkative. They were very expressive. They may be like very, very handsy, so they may be the kind of person that things kind of get misconstrued a lot for flirting just because they're like super nice and, attractive, and just people just feel like they're coming on to them in that way. And so that may have been a source of insecurity for some of you. Or some of them, whoever's watching, okay? But it could either go either way between those energies, again, where, you guys are still kind of keeping in touch with each other lightly, still kind of feeling the waters out with one another, even though things aren't deep and serious with you guys anymore, all right? Or this is, again, where within the relationship, there has been a lot of flirting and there has been a lot of like jealousy and insecurity to rise from that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look and see what was the energy that really contributed to, most of the joy and happiness here within this relationship. Let's get one more good shuffle. All right. So the card we have is Unawakened. Oh, okay. Unawakened. And that card here, it pops right there. So as I look at this information here, or as I look at this card, okay, what I'm really feeling here is that I don't think someone was really aware of the, I don't think someone was really aware of the magnitude, or better yet, how can I express this? I don't think really so. I don't think that the other person was really aware, or maybe even you may not have really been aware of the power in, you know, flirting, right? You know, I feel like someone was very, very just naive to their own thing. So they just didn't really feel like they were really doing anything wrong. They didn't really feel like they were doing anything wrong. They really felt like they were being quite innocent in the matter. So it was really hard for you to stay upset because it's just like, you just know that they're just this type of person that people just really flock to them. And it's just like, they could, what do? Do they be rude, or do they, you know, engage in conversation back? And it's just, it's like, well, it's like you believe, it's like, I even feel it's like you believe, well, it's not their fault that they're so attractive and that people are like always in their face, you know, it's not their fault, right? Like that's like how I feel about it. So it's like, that may have been what really was keeping this relationship going. You may have even kind of thought in a way like, oh, well, you know what? My man or my woman is that one that everybody wants. And, you know, I'm going to keep this relationship going because, you know, I got that going, you know, like I have what everybody wished they would have. Right. And yeah, it is a very, that is kind of operating from a very unawakened state of things, right? Like, you know, that's kind of using like a lesser mind in a way. And I say that with respect, of course. But this is like, you know, it's just like, I get the feeling that for some of you, like you tried to rationalize, you know, you really tried to rationalize your partner's inability to politely say, hey, I'm involved. So keep your conversation short. But anyway, let's take a look and see what may have contributed to the greatest source of pain here in this relationship. We have scorned. Ooh. All right. It's coming together here for me, Gemini. The next card we have is scorned. So Gemini, so what I'm feeling here is that I think that, you know, no, what I'm feeling for majority of you is that, you know what, you had a moment where you said, I am no longer going to make excuses for them. I'm no longer going to be like, you know, I'm not going to put up with, you know, them pretty much being a whole flirt behind my back. You know, they think that I don't know about what's going on. And for the most part, you probably didn't know about a lot of what was going on. And that's why you were able to be pretty much happy within the relationship for the most part, because again, you may not have been aware of exactly the extent of where flirting got your partner. Okay. And so now what contributed to the greatest source of pain here is, I feel, Gemini, this is where you may have kind of pulled a coup de grace on whoever you were dealing with, okay? Because we've got unawakened and then we've got scorned, and we've got these people both looking in, I feel, the same direction. So I feel like this is definitely the same person. The person who was unawakened here, the person who was a little naive and just kind of caught up in, yeah, like I got who everybody wants, and you know, la la la, all the stuff that comes with that. I feel like at some point it was like, okay, they may have awakened, right? They come from this unawakened state and they did awaken, and now they're scorned. I feel like they want revenge. I feel like they are, you know, they are hurt. And oh, Gemini, for some of you, this may be where you may be kind of flirting with the idea of kind of getting back at this particular person. But again, doing so would come from a very, very low vibrational energy where, you know, you just, you know, you're not awakened to certain things yet. But right now here, you're just hurt, and that's all you feel. And you just feel like, you know what, I have to get them back. I have to like the town is going to burn. Like they're not going to do this to me again and again and again. You know, it's like you finally snapped out of it. All right. So let's take a look and see at what signs that may have contributed to you just kind of snapping out of things here. Or let's take a look and see at what type of things that you may have been taking notice of, things that you may have not been noticing. Just some signs from Spirit that you should recognize. Thank you so much, Spirit, for the messages. Okay, one more good shuffle. Oh, diamond promise. Oh my goodness, Gemini. Oh, Gemini. I sigh because I feel just exactly how deep this is resonating to those who do resonate. This person made you a promise. This person probably said things like, you know, I'll never give you a reason to make you feel this way, or, you know, I'll never do this and that. But they did everything that flirted along the lines of doing this and that, you know, or whatever rule that you guys had placed in the beginning of this relationship. You know, they said that they promised they would never break that rule. But here you witnessed them breaking it. But because of the promise that they made, is you chose, you know, this diamond was your sunlight, and you were unawakened because you weren't looking at a natural sunlight. You were looking at something that shined brightly, but something that they gave you. Okay. With that same emotion, you know, you flipped it, and now it's become the source of your hurt because they've broken that promise. Oh my goodness. For some of you, you may have been, you know, engaged. You may even have been married to this person already. Also, I feel like a lot of you Geminis, you're going to be seeing a lot of diamonds pop up lately. You're going to be just recognizing even that, you know, you are a diamond, and you're going to be making a promise to yourself to never feel this way again about someone. So let's take a look and see what the messages say here for things that have gone unsaid, things that have been said between you maybe. A lot of the times what comes up here in this particular part is things that still need to be said within the relationship. And I feel like that is going to be the case. But let's take a look and see. Spirit, thank you so much for the messages that you've been able to provide for us. Are there any messages that still linger between the two in this relationship? One more shuffle. Okay. I know I screwed things up and honestly have no idea how to fix it. For those of you who are dealing with this situation, like as from a past standpoint, I feel like a lot of you are I feel like this is what your person really wants to say, because, you know, honestly, you don't just screw somebody over and not know you screw them over unless you're just completely ignorant. But I don't feel like that. I don't feel like that. I feel like if anybody was ignorant, Gemini, it was you. And then once you did awaken, you became very, very, very upset and mad, right? That this person, like now it's like they're engaged to you, right? But they've been flirting all over town, you know? Or they were only flirting with the idea of being engaged to you. Whereas in your heart, you already held them to this diamond pedestal. And now without you, they're still operating from a very unawakened state. And the only thing that they can say is that they don't know how to fix it. They don't know how to fix it. And that's something that they may have already said to you. And a lot of you is like, well, you don't know how to fix it. Well, I know how to fix it. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to fix it. All right. But let's take a look and see what the tarot has to add here. Because Gemini, this is a very deep message. This is a very, very, very deep message here. I feel like Gemini, a lot of you want to fix something, and the way that you're trying to fix it, it's going to be on your terms and not on their terms anymore. A lot of you, I feel like a lot of you are going to be kind of giving them a taste of their own medicine, whereas, you know, you're going to kind of flirt a little bit and see how much they like it. Again, it's really operating from a very unawakened and low vibrational energy, but that's just where a lot of you are. I'm not saying a lot of you are operating from, but it's just where a lot of you are feeling that's what you want to do. And because naturally, you know, of course you do. I mean, you wouldn't be human if you didn't have that feeling, right? All right, let's do one more shuffle and see what the tarot adds. Thank you so much, Spirit, for these messages. Okay, we have the Nine of Swords and the Two of Swords. Yeah, so there's been a lot of sleepless nights about what you should really do here in this situation. Just a lot of different things ideas have run through your mind, a lot of different scenarios. Okay, if I do this, then how's it going to play out this way? If I do this, then how's it going to play out this way? Everything that would suggest, again, that you're forming some sort of plan to get back at who you're dealing with, because you are scorned, you know, here. But with the Nine of Swords there and the Two of Swords, yeah, you are trying to really make a choice about what you need to do to get kind of, I feel like, to kind of even out or level out the playing field a little bit. But it's like, it really is like it's taking up a lot of time, and it's taking up a lot of stress, or it's really stressful, and it's taking up a lot of time trying to figure out what scenario will work better. King of Pentacles and the Hierophant. I see someone else coming towards you. I see someone coming towards you. They may be an earth sign. So a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. I'm definitely feeling strong Taurus energies. But they may be coming forward towards you, though, because I do have the King of Pentacles and the Hierophant. So I'm looking at someone who is going to be like a good source of like foundation, a good source of support, right? And they're also coming with some sort of commitment, some sort of like contract. You know, they're coming with some sort of like maybe I'll say a proposal, but it's more like there's more something that they want to give to you. Okay. So for some of you, this also could be that same person as well, where they may be coming back to you, trying to offer you some sort of stability, some sort of, marriage, right? And with the Hierophant and the Promise right there with the diamond, I definitely feel that a lot of you are going to be getting proposed to at some point, or you did get proposed to at some point. But the proposal I feel like it kind of comes a little too late for some ways, because it's like, you've already pissed me off. You've already made me upset. You've already made me mad. So now you're just trying to propose because that's just you trying to fix it. But what is it really going to fix? Is it going to fix your behavior? Is it going to fix your attitude? Eight of Pentacles and then the Tower. Wow. Okay, for a lot of you, I see that a lot of you, I do see that you may choose, or you did maybe choose to kind kind of give this relationship here another chance. You may have accepted some sort of proposal. You may have accepted some sort of promise again from them, even if it wasn't like a proposal, you know. But at any rate, I do see, again, you're putting in a lot of hard work and dedication into the matter. But I just feel like something is just going to happen again where things just really come crumbling down. And they may have already become, you know, the situation may have already become crumbled again already. And that's why you're resonating with this 9 of Swords and 2 of Swords energy. Okay. But someone is definitely coming to you. Someone is definitely coming to you. I just want to make note, honestly, that the card under the deck here is the Queen of Pentacles. So this Queen of Pentacles is just really letting me know here that, you know, you do have a strong foundation. You do have a support system that, honestly, I don't even really feel like you are aware of. Okay. It could be a friend. It could be another earth sign. But we do have the King and the Queen of Pentacles out here on the table. So what this is really telling me that your help may come from a married couple. Okay. Your help may come from a married couple. They may give you some advice on how to deal with things here in the matter, because they see where you have put a lot of work and time and dedication into a situation that crumbled right before your eyes. And it may have crumbled really before you could even really do anything about the situation. You were planning to do something about the situation, but then something happened and it just crumbled. Okay. But just also understand that Tower card being the last card to come out there, that Tower card is just saying that, you know, things are happening because it needed to happen that way. You know, things necessarily weren't really meant to be with that person. Or if they were meant to be with that person, it wasn't meant to be as easy as you wanted it to be with that person, right? Right? Like, think with the flirt, this is a very, very easy breezy card. But with everything that's surrounding flirt, it's all heavy. Everything is heavy, but that flirt is really lighthearted, which means it's telling me that y'all tried to keep things really lighthearted, but when things got really, really serious, there was a lot of pressure. Okay? And pressure forms diamonds. So you might be getting some you might be getting some help from a couple, from a married couple, some advice maybe from your parents on how to really fix the situation. But all in all, I do see where, again, you have put a lot of time and dedication into this situation, and all it's done is crumble before your eyes. And again, it's really just because, you know, things are just really heavier than what the both of you really want in this relationship, or heavier than at least what one of you wants in this relationship. And you're upset about it. So let's take a look and see what types of advice we could get here to move forward. I do feel, again, I feel like a lot of y'all healing is going to come from getting advice from some sort of married couple. But let's take a look at the added advice here. All right. Thank you, Spirit. I'll go ahead and, yes. So the card we have here is focus on love. Look for the good attributes in each and every person in your life. Yes. So moving forward, Gemini, this is just saying, moving forward into the next relationship, and the next relationship, and the next relationship. You know, focus on love. Don't focus on the negative things that somebody does. Don't focus on the triggers. Don't focus on the things that, you know, they may do that might remind you of whoever this person was in the past, or whoever someone else was in the past, and they remind you of that. Like, don't focus on that. Focus on love. Focus on all the positive things, okay? And that will keep you from being in this 9 of Swords energy, like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? You know? Because again, a lot of you will know what to do. And again, that advice is going to come from either a married couple that, you know, you don't expect to hear this advice from, but a lot of you are going to be hearing this advice really from your own parents, right? They're going to be telling you, like, okay, you know, these are the things that we did to, you know whether or not we needed to keep this relationship going, or whether it was time to move on. Okay. Because, you know, as relationships go, sometimes things are bad, sometimes things are good, and sometimes you separate, but sometimes you come back together. And I feel like you're going to be hearing a lot of stories maybe about how, for some of you, your parents separated and came back together, but then ultimately stayed together. All right. But anyways, Gemini, those are your messages. Thank you guys so much for your time. I really appreciate it. All the information about how you can get in touch with me will be at the bottom of the video in the description box below. So continue to like, continue to thumbs up and comment, share and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you guys later on. All right, bye.